Hello, and welcome back to LIT, Lisa's Initial Thoughts. Today I want to talk about what do you see? And I want to come from James 1, verses 22, 23, and 24. And they read, "But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass." Verse 24, "For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetting what manner of man he was." Saints, as we read the word of God, we should be acting on it and changing from it. What do I mean by acting on it? Going forward and telling others of the good news that God saves, that Jesus saves. Telling them that he's soon to return. Giving them scriptures of hope, scriptures of strength. Giving them scriptures of encouragement. That's what I mean by acting on it. When we look into the mirror, we should be able to see ourselves and see a change. You know, when I read, speaking of acting on it, Revelation 1, verse 2, verse 2, John says, "Who bear record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ and all things that he saw." John went forward to bear record of everything that he saw. Well, when we believe, we too should be witnessing to others. We too should be believing what it is that we are reading and what it is that the Spirit of God is showing us and going forward and telling others of that good news. Blessed is he who would believe and not seen. Jesus tells us, blessed is the man that believes and has not seen. Jesus says for those who have that kind of faith will be blessed indeed. You know, what about those who look, into the mirror and they see themselves? And then all of a sudden when they leave, they forget what manner of person they saw. When we look into the mirror, we should be looking to gain an accurate self-appraisal and identify errors that need attention. So James is talking about those who hear the message and do nothing. They hear it and no change is made. As soon as they step away from the word of God, from what they've heard, what the Spirit has told them, what the enlightenment they have gotten, even from when pastors have preached to them, they go away and right back to square one to where they were as though they had never read nor heard. And James is saying that we are in danger when we do things like that. A change has to be made. The word of God says that it is to reprove us, to change us, and we need to be able to allow the Spirit of God to do that. Now, what happens when you look into the word of God and you see your own, your own image, and when we look into the mirror and we see our own image, we may see beauty and, some of us just think that we're the cream of the crop when we look inside of the mirror, just gorgeousness that we see. Well, if you stand there long enough, you will begin to see flaws. And that's what happens with the word of God. This is what James is talking about when he says, when you look into that mirror, when we are supposed to be reflecting Christ, we should be able to see the flaws and want to make changes. Just like when you look into a mirror and you see your face. Some people see themselves getting older, so they may want a facelift. They see the nose ain't right, so they want a nose jobs. The lips ain't full, and they want to get the lips done. Skin ain't right, want to go and have facials done. You see all these things that make changes because you're not satisfied. Well, when you read the Word of God as a child of a living God, you should be able to look in and also see the things that you are not doing to live up to the Word of God, and you should not be satisfied. You should be wanting to make a change. And just like you go and consult that doctor, because you want to have all these physical changes done, you need to consult the Spirit of God for the spiritual changes. Because the Spirit of God is sent here to help us, to make us, to move us, to lead and guide us into all truth, and help us to become that child that God is looking for, and the child that He came to die for. And if you can put that quality time into making yourself physically look good, you should be able to put that quality time into your spiritual life as well. So that's all I'm saying here. When James tells us about looking into the mirror, and seeing it darkly, and when Christ says, blessed is he who believes and have not seen, all this stuff ties in, to our spiritual life, our spiritual character. And so I just wanted to say that when you look into a mirror, you should be able to not only see the physical changes that need to be made, but you should be able to look into that mirror and also be reflecting Christ as well. And if there's a spiritual change that needs to be made, you need to also make that change as well. That's all I was saying this time around was, who do you see? Who do you see when you look in the mirror? That's all I was saying. So thank you so much for tuning into LIT. I look forward to every Thursday uploading a new thought. And I pray that you guys are enjoying the thoughts, and you're more than welcome to comment. I do respond to comments, and people have commented on my thoughts that I had posted. If you like it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe and hear more, hit the subscription button, and just continue to follow on. And thank you again so much for tuning in and just giving me a platform to come before you and just give you my thought. Thank you again. And until we meet again, saints of God, stay safe, stay blessed, and most of all, stay in the fight.